Hey, masters of Pokemon, it's Terramaster. That is Justice, and we're back once again together in the same video, and it is for another art tier list, the superior type of tier list. Surely you agree with this, Justice?
Yeah, no, that is actually just an objective fact, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those of you who might be new to the channel, haven't seen before, we are here to rank the alternate arts, the illustration rares, the special illustration rares from each set, and put them on a tier list. And while Terra and I often do agree, there are times where we might disagree about where we think a card should go on the tier list. So rather than argue with each other for a half hour, which might be entertaining in its own right, we have a V-Star power that we can use to just veto the other person and put whatever card into the tier that we feel it belongs in. Other person's opinion be damned.
That's right. Veto Star. That's the name of the ability.
What was it? Veto Star.
Veto Star. Yep,
Yes,
there it is.
So since at the end of our Crown Zenith tier list video, Terramaster had the V-Star power, we're just going to go ahead and allow him to keep it going into this video, so he will start with it. Once he uses it, I will then gain the power of Veto Star, and it will go back and forth whenever it is used. So with that explanation out of the way, let's jump into it and look at Bulbasaur. Terra, what do you got?
All right, so obviously we're going through the 151 set released relatively recently as of the time of recording. So we start with the first Pokemon in the National Dex, Bulbasaur. The OG, right? A lot of people might have picked this as their first Pokemon. I love it. It's very cute. It shows off the cuteness of the Bulbasaur. However, my issue with this is more in the style rather than the card itself. And the style, which is more 2D rather than 3D. It's just my personal opinion on that, is you are not reaching the full potential of what a lot of these arts can reach in terms of like their, I don't know, beauty, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Yeah. So therefore it puts it a tier below what it ordinarily could be to me.
Yeah, I can see that. I do think it's super cute. I love the little sleepy Bulbasaur, in all the plants, a little sunlight coming through. It is nice. I definitely get what you're saying about the art style, though. I agree it's not as bad as some that we've seen in the past, but I agree there's like maybe a little bit more that could have been done that would have appealed to us personally, which is, since our opinions are the only thing that matters here, that is objectively correct. So, where do you want to put it?
Because this does not appeal enough to me personally, this goes in the good tier, which is ironically B tier to me.
Yeah, I'm down with that. All right, B tier for Bulbasaur.
Got it. Nice.
And our next card is Ivysaur. I think we're probably looking at a lot of the same things here. It's the same art style, right? That painting kind of art style. Yep. Again, I do think it's very cute. It's Ivysaur, interacting with its, leafy environment. I like that it's like looking at its reflection in the water too. I think that's very cute. Again, I think the art style is what's going to detract from it for both of us.
To me, though, the reflection actually makes it much better than the Bulbasaur.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Just that small level of detail helps so much, because it's not just the Ivysaur being reflected here, right? You can see all the plants that are behind it.
I am going to nitpick a little bit on the reflection, and as someone who cannot draw a stick figure to save their life, the reflection is not one of the eyes is the same shape, but the other one is more rounded in the reflection. And I don't know why this is really bothering me.
Okay, I mean, surely that's just because of the ripples, right?
Yeah.
Gotta be.
I guess. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, go ahead. Where are you putting this?
I don't. It feels like the same tier as Bulbasaur to me. Like maybe higher up on the tier, but we generally don't order our tiers, so
yeah, we don't.
It still feels like a very solid B tier to me, but this falls short of being what I would usually put in an A tier.
I agree. I considered it for a second because of the reflection, but yeah, I don't think it goes into A. A has to, I think, kind of blow me away a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like I have to connect with it some. S is oh my god, this is absolutely gorgeous. A is, I really like this. And then B is, solid, it's good art, but it doesn't hit the same way that A does, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, talk about Charmander.
This Charmander, again, I think it's similar to. Don't worry, they're not all like this, I swear. To what we've seen
Everything
so
is
far.
B tier. Thanks for watching the video.
It's the same Charmander being cute, looking up. This is somewhat of a callback to the anime, like not completely, right? Because it's not like in an umbrella under the rain, but it's Charmander on a rock, looking sad as if it's like looking up at something or waiting for something. That's a bit of a spoiler for the next card, but whatever.
Spoiler alert.
But yeah, I mean it's good. It doesn't make me feel amazing though.
Yeah, for me this is like somewhere between A and B. I do like it a little better in the Bulbasaur. I will say I don't think Charmander looks sad because like we know what he's looking up at. I don't think he looks sad. He looks like just like hey, what's up? I do think again it is super cute. It is like again a painting art style. It's a different. While it is like painting, it's a different style than the Bulbasaur.
Yes.
And I like this one a little bit better. Just it's like very clear like a painting style, but it looks a little bit more towards realism, I guess. Again, neither of us are art connoisseurs. I could not tell you what this style is called.
Nope.
It does appeal to me a little bit more. If you want to put it in B tier, I'm fine with it. I won't fight it. I'd like consider A, but I don't feel strongly about it.
I just look the plants look really ugly. Okay.
Well, that's definitely just the stylistic choice for sure.
Yeah, but like that looks horrible. Like if these plants looked as good as the plants in Ivysaur did, then maybe. But I just like because the background has like so many little details that don't look crisp to me, in my opinion. I can't give it A.
Okay, so B tier.
Yeah.
Alright, that's fine. All right, now moving up to what is Charmander looking at? Why, it's Charmeleon. I love this too, actually. And while it's kind of the same style, there's just a little bit more going on here. Whereas like Charmander's at the bottom, like Charmeleon's up here. There's more going on, like with the rocks, with what I assume is like lava coming down. There's the smoke clouds.
Yeah.
It feels like there's just a little bit more going on in this that's not detracting from the card, but it's just adding a little bit of beauty to it, I think. It's just a little bit more of the environmental stuff going on, which I really like.
Yeah, for sure. Not only is there more going on, I think it's also more fitting to the art style than a lot of the previous stuff was. So I think that kind of gives this one an edge over the Charmander. But is this enough to bump it a tier, Justice?
I think so, yes.
All right, I agree. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
We have our first A tier. See, I told you.
Damn, I thought I was going to get you to use your V-Star power there. All right, moving on now. All right, it is Squirtle. What do you think?
That's so cute. Look at it. It's a turtle on a beach coming out of the water. I suppose it might not necessarily. It might just be playing in the shallow water.
Yeah, it might be. It's a little baby Squirtle.
Yeah, it's a little baby turtle. That's great. I mean, if baby turtles were like the cutest thing as they, slowly crawl into the ocean, this is reminiscent of that. It's great. It's awesome. I love it. It's simple, but it's beautiful.
I agree. I love it too. And this is more towards the art style that we generally prefer as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, super cute. I love that it's playing in the water. Yeah, no, I love this art for sure.
This is A. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Awesome.
This is easy A.
Easy.
It could even move. We'll see. Probably not. We'll see. All right. Talk about Wartortle. I have spoken in the past about being a sucker for a good seascape. They clearly listened and decided to design this Wartortle specifically because of that. So
yeah,
thank you.
Obviously. Yeah.
Thank you to the artist for that.
The artist named here on the card was specifically watching our last tier list video.
So I loved this Wartortle. I will, for those curious, Squirtle was my first starter ever, so I have an emotional attachment to the line. I think that this is great. It's Wartortle in its natural environment, but still looking like something you don't want to mess with, right?
Yes.
But absolutely. Also just kind of casually chilling. I love the art of the ocean. I love the sun coming through. I love all the ocean life on the bottom there. This is like perfect Wartortle for me.
It is. It absolutely is. I'm kind of stuck though. Like there's a part of me that's like, I couldn't tell you how this can get better.
Yeah.
But there's still a part of me that refuses to give it the almighty S tier. So what do you think?
This feels S to me.
It's so conflicting.
It's just for that, like, I don't know what more I could want, like, out of this, like, Wartortle card. Like, hey, we just want you to focus on the Wartortle, right? Like, it doesn't have a bunch of other Pokemon on it. I know you love uncrowded cards. And this has just enough to appreciate the beauty of the sea, to appreciate the Wartortle. I think there's great detail on it. Yeah, this is an S tier Wartortle right here.
Yeah, it's an S tier. I just, while you were talking, I looked at it and tried to find a flaw. I can't.
Yep.
All right. Yeah.
Yep. Flawless Wartortle.
Yeah.
All right. Caterpie. I don't remember whose turn it is to start. I'm just gonna let you do it.
Okay. I don't even know what the little Caterpie thing at the top is. Is that another Caterpie?
I am trying to figure that out myself. So it looks to me, so like the edges are a leaf that's been chewed through, which makes sense. Its attack is Leaf Munch.
Yeah.
So it is a leaf that's been chewed through, and yeah, there's multiple Caterpie here. The other ones I'm fine with. It's that one in the top right that I am not quite sure what's going on.
Is that a reflection? Is that
that's the thing? It looks like it, but there's nothing to reflect off of.
Is that an illusion? Is it not actually there? Is it a mirage?
I can't wait for the comments of telling us how stupid we are for not knowing what's going on there.
Did
Please
Caterpie
inform
learn
us
whole
of
team?
why we are dumb.
Yeah.
Because neither of us are getting this.
Yeah. All right. Look, because Caterpie learned double team. I think it's a
Caterpie like looking. So if we assume that like we're looking at it like through a camera, like from underneath the leaf, it's like looking down at the camera through the chewed through leaf.
Right.
But I don't know why it looks like that.
Yeah. See, this is. I don't know. Look, because I'm confused. When I look at a card, the first feeling I get should not be confusion.
Caterpie cannot learn confusion.
Yes, Caterpie does not learn confusion or double team if that's an illusion. So, I'm gonna have to give this a C tier.
Yeah, I'm down with C tier. I also think the detail on the leaf, actually on the background, is actually really nice.
It is. Oh yeah, no, that's actually really.
Let me
good.
ask you, if the illusion Caterpie wasn't there, what would this be for you?
Probably a B tier at that point.
It feels like a B to me, honestly. I don't know what the hell's going on with that Caterpie, but the rest of the card is like really solid.
Yeah, but you gotta deduct points for something that's worth deducting points for.
All right, Caterpie.
What is that?
C tier for Caterpie.
What are you doing? Right.
C for Caterpie. Fair enough.
Yeah, and remember, C tier is that it's just okay.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's just okay.
All right. Yeah. So for Pikachu, I know this is your favorite kind of card with 800 different things.
Yeah.
Terra has a strong dislike for these kinds of cards. I am mixed on that. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. So it definitely depends on like the entire aesthetic. Does it make sense for what they're going for, or is it just detracting from it? In this case, I actually really like the aesthetic of like if you were to walk down like a main street in a city in the Pokemon world, and what would it look like? And all the Pokemon, like some of them interacting with people, some of them just on their own doing their own thing. I actually kind of like that. It's like we see like, you know, the obvious ones like the boy with the Growlithe there interacting with each other. The Gengar is of course doing its own thing because Gengars, you know, do what they do. The Nidorans are up top just chasing each other. That's cute. You know, the Pidgeys are up in the tree, you know, just like cuddling. That's really cute. I know Tara and I are going to put this in a different tier for sure. I actually really like this whole thing. And like Pikachu is just kind of in the center. It's, you know, it's a big part of it. It is the most noticeable Pokemon on the card.
Yeah.
Largely because of like the coloring, the shading, the lighting on it. So it is the most color. There's no like, oh, I don't see the Pikachu, or I don't immediately notice the Pikachu on it. So I actually kind of like what they're going for. And I think if you're going to do this on any one Pokemon, Pikachu is the one to do it on because it is like the unofficial or maybe official mascot of Pokemon.
Yeah, that's right. It's the unofficial mascot.
Yeah. It is the mascot of Pokemon. So if you're going to do this for any card, Pikachu's the one to do it for. Yes. So I actually like this a lot. Like the more I look at it and the more detail I'm looking at, the more I actually really like it. I like what they're going for. So go ahead, tell me why you disagree.
Look, it's the best of these types of cards. Okay, before you went through your explanation, I was going to make the joke like, how sure are we that this isn't actually a Jigglypuff from above card or a Growlithe card? If you know that reference, you know. Yeah. But no, once like I listened to you talk, like, yeah, you look at this card and the first thing you notice is the Pikachu, right? Which is the key. And then the fact that like it's showing you, it's like, hey, in the Pokemon world, this is what a city probably looks like. So honestly, like it's fine. I'm not gonna penalize it too much. But where do you want to put it where you will.
Where do you want to put it?
Where do I want to put it?
Yeah.
I'll give it a B. It's generous.
I think before I said anything, it was C for you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I spoke too much. I need to pick my spots to force you to use your veto star, and I feel like this could have been it if I had talked less.
This could have been it, but hey, you know, you're supposed to try to convince me first.
Yeah, so. that's true. With that said, I actually think this is A tier.
A tier?
Yeah, I think this is beautiful.
I want to use it, but then I kind of feel bad because it's Pikachu. I kind of want to let you have it. It's like the unofficial. It is the unofficial mascot. Tune in tomorrow where we reveal the official mascot in Pokemon. The secret nobody's known.
It's this girl walking right here with the sunglasses.
That's right. Are you sure it's not youngster Joey over there?
All right, time to make a decision.
All right.
It's either going in A tier or you're using your veto star to put it in B tier.
Nah, you can have it. It's fine.
Nice. Look at that. I get to use my V-Star power without even having it. Let's go.
Yeah, I felt rude putting it in B. It's fine.
Okay, wow. I actually got you from C all the way to A. I am a master negotiator.
Dude, so good. So good. They should hire you for hostage situations.
Let that Pikachu go unharmed. All right. Moving on. Nidoking, go ahead.
It's the art style that we don't like. Mm-hmm. However, it is Nidoking looking very majestic in all its kingly glory, if that's even a word.
Yeah.
The enthusiastic king, as it says on the card there, is staring down over what I only assume is his glorious kingdom. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I think for the art style, I like it. If it was more like, you know, the kind of art style we like, the Squirtle Wartortle, it would be like insane. Like the potential is amazing, which is what kind of makes me hate it at the same time.
Yep. I actually like fully agree with everything you just said. I do think if it's more the art style we liked, it's like easily an A tier card. Yep. But yeah, it's that, you know, less detailed, you know, more painting style that our unsophisticated brains just cannot fully appreciate.
Cannot. Monkey brain cannot.
Yep.
Agree.
All right, where's it going?
All right, it's a B, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. We're not gonna ding it too hard, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I will get us going with Psyduck. Now, again, we talked about, you know, things can be painting styles, but there's different styles, and this is obviously a different style compared to the Nidoking that we just looked at. Psyduck's always cute. I don't think there's a way to like accurately portray Psyduck and it not be cute. It's always cute. I do like the scenery. I do, like, I don't know if this is just my interpretation because it always looks confused, but it definitely looks like it doesn't know where it is. And it's just like, okay. I don't know where I am right now, but it's pretty. Like that's in my head, like what's happening here, and that helps a lot. Because it is like an art style that's not as much as what we prefer, but just look, art is all about what it makes you think and what it makes you feel, right? Like that's art. And this, despite it not being the style that I usually like as much, really painted a vivid picture for me of this Psyduck and what it's doing. So I actually kind of love it for that reason. I think it did what art is supposed to do.
All right, look, here's my like copium on this. All right.
Okay, your art copium. Go ahead.
I don't like it. Okay, it looks like pixel art, other than the Psyduck itself, right? The rest of it.
Mm.
The reason this might work is it's Psyduck. It has a headache. It's confused. So this is how Psyduck perceives the world.
Okay.
Basically, in pixel art.
Okay.
So because of that, making it canonical, I'm willing to not put it all the way down in D.
Where do you want to put it?
I'll give it a C.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely fighting this one.
All right, fight it.
And it's for the reason that I said, and this is my first time ever arguing for a card on a tier based on this criteria. So kind of proud of myself here. Trying to, expand my my artistic mind. It's not just the style, it is the fact that this card told me a story. The art said something to me. It made me think about it. It made me feel something, and not a lot of art does that. This is at least B, maybe A for me.
Maybe A? No
Yeah.
shot. No,
For that reason.
Nah. Veto star, this is C. Roast me. Have at it.
Yeah,
Tell me in the
no way I
comments
can put
why
it in C tier.
I have no
so-
idea what I'm looking at.
All right, no way I can put it in C tier because of that, so you know what you have to do.
What do I have to do?
You want it in C tier, there's only one way you're getting it there.
Yeah, I know. I'm using it.
All right.
Yep.
Veto star has been used. Sorry, Psyduck. I tried, buddy.
Nope, not this time.
I tried for you, Psyduck. Don't ever forget that. On the plus side, I now have Veto Star powers. We'll see when I use it.
Yes,
All
you
right.
do. Yes, you
We're gonna move on. Talk about Poliwhirl.
This is really good. Like, to me, this is amazing. It's Poliwhirl, right? It's a Pokemon that evolves into something with Drizzle, the ability, right? Like, I think of these things a lot, anime lore, video game lore, right? And it's standing in rain because it likes rain, because it's going to evolve into something that literally creates rain. One of its main attacks is Rain Dance. Who knows? Maybe it used Rain Dance to do this, all right? It's Poliwhirl standing in rain, staring at its own reflection because of the small flooding that it caused with its rain. It's amazing. It talks about the Pokemon's character. It's everything. I love it.
Yep, I agree. I love it too. Obviously, also blue is my favorite color, so I also I love the color scheme of it. Like it's a city. It's like city at night.
Yes.
But I love the color scheme. This is the art style more that we generally prefer. Poliwhirl looks great. The background looks great. As I love the color scheme of it. I love the aesthetic. Yeah, this card is absolutely fantastic.
Yep. This is an easy A.
Yeah, I agree. And I may want to revisit that actually at the end of the tier list. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. All right, Machoke. So this might be our first close to like claymation card that we've done. It's not the first one, obviously, that although a lot of the clay cards in Pokemon are actually clay, like they photographed clay.
Yes.
This is one of the first ones I can see that actually is claymation.
Yes.
I will say this. I freaking hate claymation. I always have since I was a young child. I have always hated it. It just bothers the crap out of me. So I hate this card.
I was hoping for a butt. Okay.
No, like it. Honestly, if it were in a different style, it would probably be good, actually. I like what they were going for, but this is one of those, I hate this style so much that it cannot be redeemed.
Yeah, but isn't the thing with Machoke in the Pokemon world is that they're the movers?
Yes.
Right?
I know. I love the idea of what they were going for, and had it been done in a style that I didn't hate, I'd probably like it.
That's rough. I like it anyway, but not like a lot. But I was gonna put it in B. So
yeah. I want to drop it a tier for C. C for claymation.
Oh, they're trying something new. But all right, look at that Meowth, and that kind of
Yes.
makes your point. Look at it.
Yeah, it looks terrible.
What is that?
Yeah.
That's not a that's a Meowth that's been pie faced.
Yeah. It just
Yeah.
literally got squished. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. C for claymation. Claymation.
Yeah,
tier.
sure. C is
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Got it. All right. All right. Talk about Tangela.
This is super cute.
Yes.
It's just Tangela hanging out in the park, playing, having a good time. These are probably like, baby Tangela or kid Tangela. I don't know how you would say that. Yeah, Pokemon that aren't fully grown up, basically, right? It's just kids having fun at the park, all right, with like their two friends, and they're just hanging out, or their siblings, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
They're just hanging out, having fun, using their superpowers that all Pokemon have to swing around trees. It's great. All of it is great. I love it.
Yeah, I do too. It definitely feels like when you're like pushing a kid on a swing at the park, it's like the other one's doing, except there's no swing.
Yeah.
It's just Tangela using its vines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think it's it is very cute. This feels like a solid B tier for me.
Oh no, I was gonna call it A.
Really? Because I don't think you've ever put this art style in A before.
I know, but it's so cute.
It is very cute.
The background does take some away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at those clouds. I didn't even notice that.
If you were gonna ding the other ones, like
Yeah, look, but here's the thing. This is so good that and there's two of them.
Mhm.
I think it takes a lot of attention away from the background.
Mm-hmm.
So in a way, you don't want the background to be attention catching because you don't want someone to look at the background necessarily. But you need the background to exist because the cards can't be like in a PNG.
This just feels so different, not in a good way, from things we normally reserve for A tier.
Yeah. Okay, but this is like better than all the other ones.
Yeah, no, this is very high B tier for sure.
Yeah.
If we were ordering it, I'd put it there, but we're not.
Yeah.
Setting that precedent now, baby. Okay.
All right.
All right, and we're gonna move on to Mr. Mime. I'm just gonna let you do this. I don't even want to talk about it.
Like, guys, everyone here has attended a con, right? Not everyone has, but if you've attended a con, this is a mime con, all right?
Mime con.
A bunch of mimes. They've met up and they decided to show off their mimery to each other, and maybe they're having a little mime off. I don't know. The third one standing the furthest to the left, that's the referee. We're having a mime off. And well, one of them is obviously going to win this contest, and that is what we're witnessing. And you don't see it, but off camera, there's an audience gathered to watch this spectacle. Yeah, that's my copium. Go ahead, destroy it.
Yeah, I don't like mimes. I don't like Mr. Mime. I don't like its shoes. I'm trying to figure out why its shoes bother me so much. The curly shoes. And I feel like this has to be some like childhood like story time trauma, or like some like evil character like wore curly shoes or something. I don't know. I never liked Mr. Mime. I don't like this card. I like almost like the art style of the background, but not of the mimes themselves. Although maybe it's just because I hate Mr. Mime. I'm super biased here, which is why I had you go first. Like, I'm so biased against this card.
Look, Mr. Mime is what it is. Is it my favorite art design for a Pokemon? No. But I don't consider that. I consider how it's being portrayed on this.
Yeah, I know. As we should. That's why I acknowledge my bias here.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't wanna ding it too hard. I don't think it's. You sound like you want to put it in D. I don't think it's that bad.
I will compromise for C tier.
Yeah. C tier is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. They could do more with it.
Yeah, we did
for sure.
We might not have any D tiers. We'll see.
Yeah, we're not. That's just rude. We don't do that.
All right, Ammonite. I have like conflicting feelings about this card. Like, part of me, like, I think it's a lot of the brown that's bothering me. I'm trying to figure out because I'm down with the style. I as I said, I love a good seascape, and this is there, and I'm trying to figure out what's bothering me. I feel like it's all the brown and the pastel, and it's just something's not quite working for me.
Yeah, there's too much brown. I agree with that. I think if there was a little bit less at the bottom-ish, right? Like it would be much better. Where it seems like the Ammonite itself is almost completely like, almost like kind of, I don't know, camouflaged into the background.
Yeah, is it doing that on purpose?
I don't know. But if it is
that a thing?
I don't think
Does
that's
Ammonite
what
try to camouflage itself?
I don't think that's what Ammonite is known for. It is not Staryu.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I want to like this card, but I don't that much.
Nah, I don't either.
See?
Yeah.
All right, Ammonite, you tried. We
You
give
did.
you
tried
points
very
for
hard.
efforts. All right, the last one of our illustration rares is Dragonair. Now this is almost going to be the opposite of the mime problem for me. I love Dragonair.
Yes.
It is majestic and beautiful.
Yes.
Obviously I love all the blue. I like that it seems to be in some like, I want to say almost like Atlantis, right? Like some like sunken kingdom kind of thing. And like there's enough of the environment of the background that we can really appreciate it, but Dragonair is still front and center.
Yes.
Yeah, I love this. I think this is beautiful.
All right. So the original concept of the dragon line, right? The first dragon line is kind of like mythical, right? It's not technically mythical, but like dragons are mythical creatures.
Yes.
Right? Whereas all the other first, 147 or whatever Pokemon are based on like something kind of real, dragons are mythical creatures. And I think this setting is like, it's in a mythical place, right? Like you said, like an underground sunken kingdom, like Atlantis, right?
Yeah.
Which is a mythical city. So I think it's just perfect. Like this is where Dragonair lives. You could see that and be like, yeah, that makes sense. Right? You wouldn't even question it for a second.
Right.
And to me, that's the beauty of this art.
Yep. I agree.
Yep.
Where do you think it goes?
A?
I'm kind of thinking S, like for all the reasons we talked about. It's not just the Pokemon looking good. It's everything about the card working together to make this beautiful image.
But I wish it was looking at me.
Mythical creatures don't always look at you, Tara. You got to capture them in the nature, in their environment.
I know, but I wish it was. You could only see one of its eyes. I don't know. I want to ding it for that. I don't think it's S.
It won't look at me. Can't be S tier.
It won't look at me. No, you don't get to see like its full face, right? Which is the whole.
Yeah, that's fine. Just because I think this is where it's worth it to me, and it's a dragon. I am biased towards dragons. I will invoke the powers of Veto Star.
All right.
And I will
put this right at the end of the illustration rares. It comes right back where it belongs. The V-Star power back home.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just this is the tactical decision. If there were a lot of cards to go, I might save it. But it's a dragon. This is a tactical decision. Like, I gotta.
And I already told you, spoiled you. It was the only dragon in Kanto decks. Darn.
Yeah. Surely I would have not known otherwise.
No shot. You've been like, what's that? Is it Gibble Gen 1? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely. Definitely Gen 1. All right, we are going to move on to the special illustration rares, and we are going to start with Venusaur EX. Go ahead and get us started with there.
I mean, it has the same good things and bad things as the Ivysaur did, in my opinion. Like, minus the reflection.
But have you considered that it is looking at you?
It is looking at me, that's true. But the pixel art, not the pixel art, the painting art, whatever this is called, the 2D art, makes it look kind of derpy, right? Whereas Venusaur should look menacing.
Yeah.
It is a plant dinosaur. This does not look menacing to me. This looks like it's, been like high on the plants that are around it or something. So
to be fair, Venusaur often looks high.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. I think it should look more menacing for something that has 340 HP. So
yeah, Venusaur, know how much HP you have. God.
Yeah. Act your health, bro. I don't know. I don't love it. It's
Yeah,
to me, it's actually like worse than Ivysaur.
I agree, and I will say we've talked before in the past about cards that are just kind of like sensory overload a little bit, and I feel like
Yeah,
this fits
yeah.
into that category for me.
That's a good point.
It's
Yeah,
like it's kind of pretty, but there's like just so much in the way of color like jumping out at me and like fighting for my attention.
yeah,
That I don't love it. I agree. I do think it's below the
yeah.
Ivysaur.
So it's a C.
Yeah.
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 Oof. It sucks that our first fully evolved, big EX Pokemon had to be like this, but
I know, but
yeah,
yeah, it's just I don't know.
yeah.
All right. Now I'm going to talk about the opposite of that. Now we're going to look at Charizard EX.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't the same art style as the Charmander and Charmeleon. This to me is a gorgeous, gorgeous card. I love the Charizard. I love it. It is soaring majestically through the skies. Again, I think this style does really work for this for the same reason it did for the Charmeleon. Similar reasons. We have that volcano in the background. We have the smoke coming out. We have this like dusk setting in the sky, right? Like the sun is going down, but it's not quite dark yet. I really like that for this. I like the rocks. I love this card actually.
You do?
I do.
I gotta be honest. It's like just okay. Uh, like the background fits Charizard, right? Um, it looks majestic, but again, when I look at that, I think about in a different art style. Like the potential is to be like an S plus plus plus,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
but they just refuse to fulfill that potential. There's like, nah, we're gonna chill.
Yeah.
You could be the greatest player of all time in your sport, but you decided to just be, an average bench warmer. So I don't know. I don't. Nah, this is very average to me.
So where do you think this goes?
I'll give you B.
Okay. So you don't want to do S, but you want to do B. Would you compromise at A?
Compromise at A. Like it's like for like the bias of it's Charizard and it's a volcano.
Yeah, it gets a Charizard bump, bro.
Yeah, Charizard bump. All right, Charizard bump.
All right, we did it.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Go ahead and get us started on Blastoise EX.
Yeah, Blastoise is. I think this is the perfect like evolution to that Wartortle art we saw. It looks like it's just deeper in the water, like very deep to where like the sun basically isn't a factor anymore, right? Like this is like very dark, deep water.
Mm-hmm.
This is where submarines cannot go, and this is Blastoise in its like most natural habitat, right? Completely away from humans and where it cannot be reached by anything on land. It's like super comfortable here. It looks menacing as it should. Anyone dares threaten Blastoise inside its kingdom where it is, it will destroy you. So I don't know. The bubbles there too seems like it's like in motion. Like I love it. It's simple, but the simplicity to me is what makes it like perfect. Like they didn't try to do too much in the like scenic background of like the sea to the point where they kind of conflicted with the Blastoise itself.
So before I say anything, where would that put it on the tier list for you?
It's an A. It's not perfect, but it's really good.
Okay. So I will say this, and I want you to listen to my sentence carefully.
Okay.
I want to put it in S.
Oh.
Listen to that carefully. I didn't say I want to put it in S.
You want to.
I want to put it in S.
And you did not
But
stutter.
I do not.
Okay.
Because I love Blastoise. I love most of the nice cards like with good art in the ocean. This just feels like there's something missing to me. Like, I don't want them to overdo it, but it feels like there could be a little bit more happening here. Like, I'm fine with the Blastoise in natural habitat. It doesn't have to be like in the middle of combat. And we've seen that a lot with a lot of these cards, actually. More like natural habitat stuff. And like, I'm down for that. But I want to see a little bit more. Like, in terms of the sea, like even at like deep sea levels, there's still other life. Like even if it's plant life, like there's still other life. There's still other things that could be happening there. It feels a little too plain to me.
Yeah.
That's my gripe, I guess. Just
I could
like a
see it.
little bit more. Just a little bit more on this card, and I would feel really good about it. But
Yeah.
it feels like there's something missing from the card.
Yeah. I could see it. Like the correct amount of like nuanced detail in the background would make it perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. I think A is fine.
Yeah. I'll be real with you. If I were doing this completely without bias, it's a B for me.
Oh.
But it's Blastoise, and you want to put it in A, so I'll let it go.
Okay. Good. Because I was not letting this slide to B.
Like I realize I could have made you use your V-Star right there, but
You could have for sure.
but it's Blastoise, and I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Personal bias, Blastoise wins the day.
I mean, Charizard bump, so why not Blastoise bump?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. There you
Or
go.
Venusaur, no bump.
Venusaur, don't get high off your own supply, buddy.
All right, Alakazam EX. I do like Alakazam a lot. It's actually one of my favorite OG Pokemon. I enjoy that it is like working on its telekinesis, with the spoons in this art. Like that's cute. And that's all I can say that I actually like about this. I don't like the rest of it.
Yeah, because my question is, where is it?
It's in a house. In a
Okay,
lab,
but did,
maybe judging by the like potion on the desk there.
right. But did Alakazam make this mess, or did its trainer supposedly?
Maybe
make
it was like
this
while it was training and
mess?
moving stuff with its mind, like
Right. Yeah.
all
Like, did
over.
Alakazam just like mess up? Like, is it not good at its psychic powers
which
yet?
actually
Like, what is
flies in
happening?
the face of everything because Alakazam is like a master of this. So
Right.
why would it be throwing? Why would it be throwing things all over the place?
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
If anything, I would prefer it to be using its psychic on something other than its own spoons. So I don't know. I think there's so much more you could have done with the Alakazam.
There's also the possibility this level of mess is triggering me. I am not like a clean freak by any means, but there is a tipping point of messiness that definitely messes with my head. And we are past that point here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're past that point. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I think you could do so much more with Alakazam. I think this is like you're not doing anywhere near as much as you could with this.
If they wanted to like, all right, Alakazam is like inside, like practicing working on stuff. I feel like there's other ways of doing that.
Oh, there is 100% other ways of doing that.
So I love Alakazam. I do not love this art, and I am ready to get roasted for this. I'm ready.
I'm ready as well. Another thing I'll mention is that the psychic outlines on the spoons do not need to be as like 3 times the size of the spoon itself. Why is that aura so big? What?
It's just its power, man. It's just so powerful.
Surely. Never seen the attack psychic used in an anime. It's a small outline. It's not freaking massive like this.
So I like the general idea. I don't like the implementation.
Yeah, me either. See.
Yeah. It feels so bad for me putting
it does because it's Alakazam, but
I know.
Sorry, dude.
All right. I've given you a few in a row. I'm taking this one in a row. Sorry.
Yeah. You can have it. You can have it.
We are going to Zapdos EX. To me, this is easily one of the best arts in the set. If not one of the best alt arts I've seen, period. If you haven't already guessed where I'm going to want to put this in the tier list, I think I'm giving it away. But Zapdos is front and center, but I love that it's hanging out with Articuno and Moltres. I love them soaring through the sky together. It shows like that they're traveling at high speed, right? Yes. Which like is especially relevant for Zapdos. The background is beautiful. I think the art style works extremely well. All the birds look great. This is absolutely gorgeous.
Yep. No, I agree with everything. I just want to point out like some more detail. There's electricity coming off the Zapdos. There's flames coming off the Moltres. and there's ice coming off the Articuno. Like it shows off all three while still making it obvious, like, hey, Zapdos is the star of this card.
Right.
So yeah, it's great because when you think of Zapdos, you associate it with the other two, right?
Yes.
So it's amazing that they're there, but they're not there to the point where they're detracting from the Zapdos.
Right. Like they're further away from the camera, so to speak. Like Zapdos is the point. Yeah. I will spoil for our viewers. Like I actually just saw this art for the first time, I think like yesterday. And I just like, we knew we were gonna do this video, but I sent it to Terra. I'm like, holy crap, have you seen this art? And like his reaction, and I agreed, was easiest S tier of my life. Like,
yep. It's an easy S tier.
Yeah. There was no debate that needed to be had here. Like this card is just incredible.
So if you were to buy one card from this set and have it graded and keep it forever, I would recommend this one.
If there is one card from this set that I am going to overspend on, which I don't know if there is or not, but if there is, it's going to be this one.
Yeah.
Like, because I like the three original, birds, and it has all of them on it, and it looks so good that, like, if there's one card I'm going to overspend on, it's going to be this one. I don't know for sure yet, but this would be the one for sure.
Yeah, this is perfect.
All right, so we are going to move on now. We're gonna do something we didn't do in our last video, which we may continue doing in future videos, unless there's 20%, in which case we might not. We'll see. But there's only 2 special illustration rare supporters in this set, so they are going to be added into the tier list. This may be a one-time only thing. Make sure you're watching right now. This may be a one video exclusive.
Don't go anywhere.
All right, Tara, talk about Erica's invitation.
This is, again, I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff. This is canonical, right? Because Erica's gym is supposed to be a flower/scent shop, right?
Yeah.
And you can see Erica's clearly in her shop taking care of stuff, whether that's like making sure the scents still smell like they should, like whatever it is that you do with that kind of a shop. I don't know.
I'm no scent expert.
I am not an expert, but she's clearly there doing something working, right? This is like her day-to-day kind of routine, it seems like.
Yeah.
So really good. Also, the card's called Erica's Invitation. You can, in a way, invite someone by like smelling good or whatever, right? So if your shop smells really good, I'm more likely to go into it to buy something than if it doesn't smell good.
Right.
So there you go. All right.
Yeah.
I like it. It's good.
Yeah, I like it too. I am like less opinionated about this than like the Pokemon, so I'm just gonna let you put it on a tier.
Oh, it's good, but I don't know. It's not amazing, so it goes in B. Solid B.
Yeah. All right, I'm done with it.
Yep. I will criticize it because we're putting in B, so I have to tell you why, right?
Okay.
It's not amazing.
Okay.
There's no Pokemon at all.
Yeah, true.
Can't we just have an Oddish hanging out back there?
God, Erica, this is the Pokemon trading card game.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not about you, Erica. It's about
not
the Pokemon.
the flower shop trading card game. Jeez.
There you go.
Right. Moving on to our next one.
For more Erica roasting, subscribe.
Yeah. All right, moving on to our next one, who solves this problem. We have Giovanni's Charisma. This card's actually pretty great to me. This does a lot of very good things for me.
Yes.
And I will now go through them. First of all, has a signature Pokemon, the Persian, who like obviously loves him and is just cuddled up, and it's a freaking adorable.
Yes.
He does still like actually look charismatic in this photo.
Yeah.
It's called Charisma, and he's got it. I love it. I love that he's in his like clearly like lavish office. He's got, the Master Ball on the desk there, something that's very famous. You got a chess set because, as we know, all evil masterminds love playing chess. This is just fact. He's got a bunch of Pokeballs in the case there, presumably filled with like, rare and or powerful Pokemon.
Yes.
This does just a great job of like showing off everything that is Giovanni, and I will say in his like quote unquote natural habitat, can continue the theme of the rest of this set.
Yeah.
But like this is just him chilling like in his office, being the main boss of Team Rocket. Like this is great.
Yeah, this is like Bond villain in Pokemon dot art, which
Yeah.
is exactly what Giovanni is, right? And then this is the most adorable I've ever seen Persian look.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's like a big boost for this.
Yeah.
And the Master Ball is an amazing detail where it's just kind of there in the background and you have to look closely, but once you notice it, you're like, oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
So yeah,
Yep.
and I love the case too of like his whole all his Pokemon in the background there, like in that glass case.
Mm-hmm.
And like they're, like even though it's an evil guy, he cares about his Pokemon, right? Just not yours. So
I want to shout out to the artist as well. In both the glass case and the window, they both have you being able to see inside and also reflections off of it from the inside, like in a way that looks real, like in a way that looks like if you actually just photographed it.
Yeah.
Amazing detail there, honestly.
Yeah. Actually amazing. Yeah. Very well done. Like even like the lamp's reflection in the window, it's just perfect. It's seamless.
This is actually just like, damn, hats off to this artist, man. They crushed it.
Are we putting a supporter in S?
I want to put a supporter as we've been talking about this, I've been trying to think if I wanted an A or S.
I wanted an S.
I'm down. Like, especially noticing all like the little details that you probably wouldn't even miss if they weren't there. Yeah. If there were less detail on the glass and the reflections, we wouldn't even notice, right?
Right.
But they just really went that extra mile. And
right, but that's the kind of stuff we're talking about, right? When we talk about the difference between A and S, that's what separates it. Like the little things you notice that make you go, wow, this card is amazing.
Yep.
So,
yeah, I agree. And especially because we may not be doing supporters in the future. In case this is a one-time only exclusive, let's have an S tier supporter.
It's an S.
This one
S tier. S for supporter. Let's go.
S for supporter. We did it.
We did it, Reddit.
Oh my god, we're so good at this.
We're amazing.
All right. Last but not least, these are gonna look a little bit different because they're in Japanese, but there are 3 card arts that are specifically for promos. As they are only in specific, promotional product for the 151 set. So there's 3 of them. The first one is here. It is Snorlax. Talk about Snorlax.
Yeah, this is Snorlax. This is such a natural. It seems like you just went and played Pokemon Snap and took a picture of Snorlax. Like this is so natural. Like it just ate its 800 pounds of food or whatever it does. And passed out, right? Like right next to, like it had a drink of water afterwards, I guess. And it just passed out. And all the other Pokemon that live in the area are just kind of like, oh, Snorlax is asleep again. Pidgey's like, hey, I guess time to use it as a trampoline or whatever. And Digless just standing there like admiring, like this thing is like the size of 400 of me. So I don't know. I love it. It's Snorlax in nature. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think this is extremely well done. It does. It really just feels like a nature photo of all this. Yeah, I think it's very, very well done.
Yeah, and to me, the nature photo is like the highest tier style of art of a Pokemon card.
Yeah.
So that helps it a lot. So where do you want to put this?
This is A tier for me.
Yeah, it's A tier. Good. Yep.
All right, Snorlax into A tier you go. All right, next is Mewtwo. I keep internally going back and forth on this card, honestly. On the one hand, I actually really enjoy it being like above it all, like as this like pseudo godlike character, right?
Right.
I enjoy it kind of surveying everything, almost like deciding its next move, right?
It's deciding whether or not all these pitiful humans should be allowed to live.
Yeah. Yeah. What are your thoughts here?
I think the reason I love this card so much is because of the sheer contrast with the next card we're going to look at, the last card.
Okay. On its own merits.
Yeah, I'll go into the Mewtwo half of it, right? Where it's looking down almost menacingly at the city life at night.
To be fair, Mewtwo just has resting menacing face.
Yes, it does. But you see this and you're afraid it's going to start attacking.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like this is the scene in Pokemon the movie where before everyone has to start fighting against Mewtwo. Right?
Yeah, this like could so easily be either Mewtwo is about to destroy everyone, or it's deciding that like humanity is worth saving, and it's like not sure yet.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It could go either way.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, I really like it.
I think it's just something about like I'm trying to figure out what it is that's bothering me about the card because I do like it. I do. There's something that's getting me, and I don't know what. I don't know if it's just like it's kind of like the background just being a little drab, like it's a lot of like blacks and grays and browns, but like that's just kind of natural for just like looking down at buildings. So like I guess it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. Where do you want it?
I want an A.
That's fine. I won't argue against Mewtwo.
Okay. Cool.
I know better than to argue against Mewtwo. All right. And lastly, this will wrap up our tier list. It is Mew EX. Take it away.
All right. Yeah. So this contrasts with the Mewtwo so much, right? Other than like, as opposed to Mewtwo at night looking down menacingly, you don't know whether or not all those people down there are about to die. Mew is peacefully flying over the city, watching people, and people know it's there because it's obviously very low to the ground. Mm-hmm. And everyone just like doesn't mind that or is very happy about it and peaceful about it. Like Mew being there like brings feelings of happiness like automatically. There's no doubt. Yeah. Right. It's the middle of the day. Everyone's awake. Everyone's about. Everyone's aware of its presence, and its presence is one that, in to use a phrase, sparks joy. Whereas yes. Mewtwo's presence and the Mewtwo are obviously did not. So I think it contrasts the two perfectly.
Yeah, I agree. And like obviously the color choice is very bright and colorful and cheerful. People are having fun. Yeah, it is designed to be the polar opposite. Right. I will say this art style does not work for me personally.
Yes.
I do not like it. I like the color choice. I like the palette choice. I like the design choice of people just enjoying their day and being happy, and Mew is there and everything is great. I do not like this art style at all. I was thinking, I don't even remember if this is the case or not. I was thinking like stuff from like my childhood, like Highlights magazine or something, like that kind of vibe, which I've never liked even as a kid. That like overly, I don't even know what word I want. I got no word. Whatever this style is, like very supposedly kid friendly, except it wasn't kid friendly for me. I still didn't like it as a child. Yeah. I don't like the style.
I like it because it tells not because of the style. I don't like the style either. I do have to penalize it for that as well, but it tells a story. Yeah. Right? Like you were saying with the Psyduck. Yeah. And the story is just that Mew's presence just makes people happy, it seems like. Right. So. Yeah. Or either Mew only goes to places where people are happy. I don't know.
And then takes credit for it. Damn it, Mew. You're a fraud. All right.
Mew's like, high happiness detected. I will go live there today. Yeah.
Mew is a fair weather friend.
Yeah. B. It's high B.
Yeah, I'll go with B. B is fine.
I can't put it all the way in A, but yeah, it's a B.
I agree. I definitely can't put it in A, but C would feel wrong given everything we've talked about. So
yeah. It's another, if they would have just picked the different art style just for us personally, right?
Yes. Cater to us specifically, damn it.
Right. Cater to us only. Yeah, cater to Judgment Gaming only.
Yes, please.
Just like you did with the War Turtle.
Right, exactly. Yes. Yeah. All right. So that does finish off the tier list. I am going to give you one last opportunity to look it over real quick. Did we get anything wrong? I will give you this. Do you look back at it now and say, oh wait, hold on, we messed up? Or do you feel like everything's about where it should be, taking into account the beta stars that were used?
All right. Is 4S too many S?
Nah, it's 3 Pokemon, 1 supporter. We're good. And one of them got there because I put it there, so.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. All right. And then there's this. Are we being too nice with the no D's?
Honestly, I don't think so. Because D tier for me is one of two things, which is either they just completely missed and this just sucks,
Right.
or I hate this art style. Like I hate everything you did here. Like even if someone else might like it, I hate it. I hate it with a fiery passion.
Yeah. Okay.
That to me is our D tier. That's why it's red. Fiery passion, D. Red.
Yeah,
Easy.
that's fair. That's fair.
So I don't think so. I don't think any of these are D, honestly.
Right.
I think some of our C's are like close, but
yeah. Because there's some to consider, right? Like there's if I didn't make up the story in my head about Mr. Mime, that was pretty close to D.
I mean, I would put it in D. I'd be fine with it being in D tier. What was that?
No,
was
but
that
because
did I hear that we can do this? Is that what I heard?
No. Because I made up the story, I think it's fine. All right. Yeah. Well, do you have any? Would you like to move anything? I know you mentioned it.
I'd move the mime, but like it's fine. Honestly, no, I don't think so. The only thing I was like thinking about was like maybe the Poliwrath, but I think it's a little short of S, so I think A is good. No, everything feels pretty good to me, actually. Like, again, taking into account our veto stars, like factoring those in, I think everything is good.
To me, the reason I'd want to potentially move everything that's not Zapdos EX and Giovanni's Charisma out of S and just put them like high A if we were doing anything like that, it's just that those two cards are just like even better than like the War Turtle. Right, as much as I love the War Turtle.
But I do think the War Turtle is still a grade above everything in A tier.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
So it deserves.
But like those, like if we had like a best art in format,
right? Tier. Yeah, if we did like a combined list of everything, then yeah, it probably drops down. But
yeah,
luckily for War Turtle, we are not doing that. So
no. Okay.
Yeah. You know, that's a good idea, though. Maybe, like, as we do more of these, maybe we do, like, a combine, like, all S and A tiers, and then do a tier list out of those. So, like, have those fights, something like that. Ooh, that could be fun.
The best of the best.
Oh, man, that actually could be a lot of fun. All right, well, we'll think about that. All right, so that'll do it for us today. Do make sure to let us know in the comments section down below why you hate us and everything we stand for with our opinions on the art. Or let us know, why we are actually extremely cultured gentlemen that appreciate the fine art in life, whatever you feel. Be on the lookout for more videos. I know they've been sporadic to this point. We are working on getting more content out to you. Don't worry, you will see an uptick in frequency. You will see more art tier lists. You will see other things as well. Tara, do you have anything you'd like to give a little teaser for what they can look forward to upcoming from us?
If you are a player who does not or is just starting to play competitively, I will definitely be focusing on content of how to get started. Because I feel like I, and you as well, are at a point where, can I tell you how to go top a regional? No, I don't know. I don't know how to do that. But can I tell you how to go from not playing to being competent?
Yeah, which giving yourself a chance.
Giving yourself a chance, which is what I like to think I am, at least at, a local level. So I can do that, and I'm going to try to do that to how to get started to be competitive.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something we're probably going to do more than one video on, is trying to help that kind of player, right? Okay, either I haven't started playing competitively yet, or I've just recently started, maybe I've gone to a couple locals, like, what do I need to do to start putting myself in position to be more competitive, or just better at the Pokemon trading card game?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not going to be all the content we do, but we're definitely going to be putting out some stuff for that. So that is a little teaser for you. There's going to be some other stuff too. There will be more streams to look forward to. So if you haven't already, definitely make sure to subscribe, like the video, all the stuff that, really helps us out. Yeah, do all those cool things. That will do it for us for today. Thank you for hanging out with us, checking out the tier list. Until next time, as always, my friends, be good to yourselves, be good to each other, good luck in all of your games, and we will see you soon.